Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me today for another Twilight Zone video on my Twilight Zone ranking series, where I rank every episode of the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 12, A Stop at Willoughby, written by Rod Serling and directed by Robert Parrish. This is a season 1 episode, and as always there will be spoilers. So, A Stop at Willoughby is a classic season 1 Twilight Zone episode in my opinion, and one of the all-time great Twilight Zone episodes. I've always liked this episode from the first time I saw it, and it has always left a huge impression on me. It's definitely one of my favorites from season 1. James Daly gives a strong performance in the lead, and along with Rod Serling's script, he does a great job of investing me in the main character. The episode is also well directed by Robert Parrish and has a great score as well. I also love the contrast between the real world and the town of Willoughby that Gart discovers. The contrast works really well, and Willoughby truly feels like a magical place in the episode. So this episode starts with a man named Gart Williams who works in advertising. Gart seems to be overly stressed. The reason is that Gart's boss is very upset because the company lost an account. His boss lectures him to push, and he gets on him pretty hard, and the boss is definitely a little much, I would say, and Gart doesn't take it too well, so Gart yells back at him. So at this point, Gart is on his way home on the train when he dozes off, and when he wakes up he's in a different train. He learns he's gone back in time, and he's also going to a different town called Willoughby. I actually really like the look of the actual town. It's very peaceful and a great contrast to the stressful work environment that Gart was in earlier. So at this point, Gart wakes up and he's back in the present, and when he asks the conductor about Willoughby, the conductor says he's never heard of such a place. So eventually Gart does make it home, but it turns out that his wife Jane is not happy with him either. This guy just can't seem to catch a break at this point, and I can't help but feel a little bad for him. After she gets on him about money and other things, Gart tells her about his dream of Willoughby, and she's not very understanding. Her response is that he was born at the wrong time and she shouldn't have married him. So, in other words, she's just not very sympathetic to what Gart is going through. Eventually, Gart, who's still stressed, winds up on the train again and returns to Willoughby. When he returns to the present day, he says if he goes to Willoughby again, that he will stay there. So at this point, Gart is at work again, and it's just not working out for him. He seems to be more stressed out than ever, and his wife certainly doesn't seem to care too much about the situation. So eventually Gart just can't take it anymore, and he's on the train headed back for Willoughby. This time he gets off like he said he would, and he's greeted by the people there who seem very happy to see him, and I thought this was a great and very well done scene. So it seems like things maybe are working out for Gart after all, but then we get the big twist as the conductor is standing over Gart's body, and he's a goner. It turns out that Gart jumped off the train so he could go to Willoughby, and as they load up his body, the name of the hearse is Willoughby and Sons. So this ending brings me so many different emotions and feelings. It's sad that Gart couldn't find peace in this world, but maybe now he's at peace in Willoughby. So this is an incredible and unique episode of the Twilight Zone. It's very thought-provoking, and I love the contrast in moods throughout the episode. The ending really left an impact on me, and I just feel like this is a very well-paced, original, and memorable Twilight Zone episode. To me, Gart is one of the most tragic and sympathetic Twilight Zone characters. So A Stop at Willoughby comes in for me at number 12 on the list. As always, feel free to let me know if you liked this episode of Stop at Willoughby or not. Thank you very much for your support, and thanks for watching.